welcome back to a brand new episode of NH Unscripted. I am so happy to be out of bed. Host Ray Dudley. We are coming to you from the YMCA-like digs of WKXL studios in Concord. My God, I can smell the poo chlorine all the way over here. Yeah, I got my Nehru jacket on. Paisley today. Paisley. Yeah. For those of you who are young, you might want to look that one up. 1450 AM, 103.9 FM on those transistor radios in Concord, baby. 101.9 FM for those beautiful souls in Manchester. Well, I had a chance a little while ago to sit down up at the Peterborough Players. They're doing a production called A Danger to Yourself and Others. A brand new work by Colette Mazunik. That is what you are about to hear. Sir, let's do it.
Good morning, Colette.
Good morning.
How do I pronounce your last name, sir?
Mazunik.
Mazunik. Thank you very much. So tell me a little bit about yourself, your background, and maybe the story of how you got to where you wanted to write this one.
This one specifically. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So if we rewind way back to when I was a little kid, I was writing plays as long as I could write. Maybe even before I could write. So I'd get the neighborhood kids together. Yeah. And we'd be like, all right, we're putting on a play, which I think a lot of kids do, right? I just never grew out of it. First we'd be like, let's retell this fairy tale. And then it got more and more original as we went along. I was a very conscientious child, so I remembered checking out a book of plays from the library that we could produce, and I got to the page at the front that was like, for rights, contact so-and-so, and I was like, all right, can't do it. Guess I got to write my own.
Oh my God.
So way back when I started writing plays, just kept writing. This particular piece, I was trying to remember whether I started it late 2018 or in 2019. I think it was 2019.
The
and
lockdown times?
Before that, 2019. Okay. Yeah. So I just really wanted to explore my own anxiety. So it's a comedy.
Yes, it is.
But it's all about anxiety.
Give you there's a catchphrase for it.
Yeah.
Ocean's 11...
meets, I don't know. Brendan came up with it.
He did?
And I can't remember it. Ocean's 11 meets The Sting, maybe? I don't know.
Something like that?
Yeah.
You think that's appropriate? How do you think he captured it?
I think that's great.
I mean, those are two classic con movies.
Yeah. I always struggle with the marketing stuff, being able to compare one thing to another. I'm just so close to it that I'm like, it's like itself. What do you mean it's like something else? Yeah,
I know. But I guess nothing's ever new, right?
I'm glad that there's a marketing folks supporting it.
Would you put it in that category? Now looking back, would you say, I guess that fits? I could see Ocean's 11.
I love Ocean's 11, so I'm thrilled if it has resonances with that. Yeah.
I'm enamored with this thing.
Yeah.
I do love Ocean's 11. I mean, it's classic, but I was around when it came out. So
nice.
I saw it in its full glory. I'm like, wait, what? 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 You didn't mean that? What?
Well, I really do hope the play surprises the audience at moments.
Yeah.
So maybe some savvy theater goers will be ahead of the play. I hope, though, everybody gets at least one surprise.
So give us a snapshot of the play.
Okay. It's almost impossible to talk about because there are so many spoilers. But I'll start you out. Scene 1, we have a man suffering with anxiety who has decided to rob a gas station. And it does not go well. Okay. And his life spirals into a worse and worse and worse scenario. In fact, one of my goals writing the play was I was like, I tend to be a person who thinks everything bad's going to happen all the time. Oh. And so I'm like, all right, this is theater. Let me play it out. Let's just see how bad I can get it. And I did not start with the end of the play. I did not start with figuring it out.
So you didn't know where it was going yourself?
I just kept making it worse. I'm just like, all right, this happened to him. How can I make it worse? Okay, this is pretty bad. How can I make it worse? To the extent that I remember I was working at a library on this one time, and I drove home and I told my husband, I have spent hours and hours of my life on this piece, and it may never be a play because I do not know how to end it.
Oh my God.
Which was sort of my goal. I wanted to paint myself into a corner.
Yeah.
Because I figure if I know what to do, the audience is going to find a way out too.
Wow.
But if I don't know, I don't think they're going to know either. I don't think my character's going to know. So finally,
how long did it take you then to get an ending? The one that you would think you fit.
Even just the last few days we've been working on the ending. But the general ending I got, eventually.
Yeah.
Months down the road, but eventually.
Why this genre as opposed to maybe
why
just
comedy?
Drama or something? Yeah.
Yeah. People always ask, what sorts of plays do you write? And I tend to write all over the place.
Yeah.
I think comedies allow for that, the get worse and worse and worse for your characters. Yes. I think comedies are ideal for that. The more things can go wrong, the funnier it is, oddly enough. Yeah.
Well, the noise is off, and you've got what's the latest ones out there? The play that goes wrong.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So they stick to that formula very well.
Yeah.
Things just keep going down and down and down, and it's going to happen to the whole thing here. Are we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're in for that ride?
Yeah. Not in the same way. Totally different genre, but yeah.
What's the hardest part about mounting this?
The hardest part?
So, for folks who don't know, it hasn't been performed before. That we know, right?
Right,
okay.
Right.
All right. So, you have a whole list of things, in your head, actors and actresses, what they look like, what the characters look like. You can write things that happen, but that doesn't mean necessarily translate to a stage.
Oh, right. Gotcha.
So how do you was there something you're I don't know if we're going to be able to pull this off? And you don't have to give away what it is, but did you have those moments where you're ooh.
Yeah, even today,
I
have on my list of things to do a fix to a certain part that isn't quite working yet. So I will get that done. It'll be fixed.
Yeah.
But one of the real joys of being able to be in the rehearsal room is to be able to say, oh, that moment isn't working, and to be able to fix it.
Yeah.
If it's an existing play already, the actors, the directors just have to bend themselves over backward to make what's on the page work.
Right.
I sometimes ask my actors to do that here too. But I can be I can fix that.
Yeah.
So it's a better play than it was 2 weeks ago.
So that's the wonderful part, right? I was thinking on my way over as an actor, how nice it is to be first. Because you set the standard.
Yeah.
You kind of throw down the gauntlet and go, okay, here's what that character, if you've worked with the author, right? That's the bar.
Yeah.
And so are you having that kind of thing as you're working with the actors and actresses here? Are you feeling that same thing where, this could be a really great character. This development here is more than what I thought, not what I thought, or?
I don't think the characters have changed significantly, but I must say this group of actors is phenomenal.
Nice to hear.
So it is, I don't think it has so much been I didn't know that about the character. Let me adjust it.
Yeah.
But it is more of, oh, wow. If I say to the actor, I had sort of this in my head instead. Are you willing to give that a try? They have the range to be able to be sure, I'll try it this way. And then sometimes I'm no, the way you did it before was better. Or Brendan, the director, is able to be actually, I think we're going to go this way. But the ability to have actors who have that range to be able to allow me to hear it the way I intended it.
Yeah.
And then we can decide this is the way we're going, or are we making an adjustment?
Yeah. I think a lot of folks forget that when an author writes, they have a sound, a thing in their head that the way the phrasing goes, the cadence, the inflections, and it's not until you hand it off and you go, can you say this for me?
Yeah.
And they go, that doesn't quite sound like what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah. The language I use is heightened language masquerading as naturalistic language. So hopefully when folks come to see the play, it's not going to feel, I don't want it to feel like it's, a poetic play or something like that, which I totally respect those plays. I want it to feel like naturalistic dialogue, but it is not in any way, shape, or form. So I have written tons of very intentional rhythm into the script, a lot of different things that you'd have in poetry, like thinking about how the words sound, how the words go together, what are funny sounds. I spent weeks going through the script word by word and trying to say, okay, can I take this word and make it into a word that has a sound in it, that K sound? Because they've done studies and K sounds are funnier. So I went through. So instead of like phone the police, it's like call the cops. Call the cops, nice. Which is funnier, right?
Yeah, heck yeah.
So yeah. So as far as like hearing it the way I intended it, we're getting pretty darn close.
Yeah.
But part of that is the work of just like embedding a rhythm in it, embedding some of those things.
Yeah, the actor's able to take it on pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And they
haven't had long, though.
They have not had long at all.
Yeah.
Oh, like you've acted.
Yes.
I don't know whether you've ever done summer stock, but can you imagine like you have?
Yes,
okay,
yes.
So what was it like?
It's brutal.
Yeah.
It's pressure. You're in one while you're rehearsing another one.
Yeah.
You got to try to keep them separate characters, even though you want people to know you're in the next one kind of issue, but yeah, it's hard when people think. I really think that.
And then layer on top of that, getting new pages handed to you.
Oh, that's a whole new thing.
like you've memorized all this stuff and it hasn't been gigantic changes, but now it's like, oh, though that page that I memorized is now different.
Yeah.
So that's another challenge, and they're rolling with it. I just
finished doing an indie film for some friends, and they started off and they'd give me one character. Someone dropped out a week before they're going to film, and they're like, "Who are we going to get? Oh, give it a rate." So again, I get a whole page brand new in 1 week. Yeah. I'm like, oh my God. So I understand the pressure, a lot of that.
Yeah.
So as you're looking at it, not the whole world here, is it frame-wise? Do you see it like the house or wherever everybody is? Is it a city? Is it its own place? Because again, nobody's ever seen it before.
Yeah.
It's not like it's been out there floating around.
So I very intentionally set the play in a non-specific city.
Yeah.
However, it's a big enough city that there's a robust bus system.
Okay.
It's
okay. Huh?
It's an old enough city that there are walk-up apartments.
Okay.
So like it's not as big as New York, but maybe Chicago-ish, Boston-ish.
Okay.
Like a substantial city, but very unidentified intentionally.
When you're working with your characters, do you have any mandatory things that you ask them to do? Like, an accent or movement or a gesture, or that you're like, no, it has to be that way.
Yeah.
That the joke lands because of this.
I do. Yeah. Most of it is in the language, but there's certainly some of the humor is in the physicality.
Mm-hmm.
So the things that I require of the actors are written into the script.
Yep.
I do try to not do a lot of what are called parentheticals.
Yeah.
So that's like the slyly,
under his breath.
Under his breath.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes under his breath, if that's important. But I try to like reserve it for things like sarcastically where the actor may not know.
Mm-hmm.
So if I write those in the script, I am requiring it of the actor.
Yeah.
But I try to not do a ton of those because that's the actor's job.
I know. We love that so much. We do love to create.
Yeah. And that's the joy of theater is that collaboration.
Right. And that's why I get so envious of this kind of thing where it's first.
Yeah.
We set that standard.
Yeah.
Rather than be an actor who has to go back and go, okay, people are expecting it to sound like this.
Yeah. How do I reinterpret that? Or how do I?
Yeah. And still say, unique.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm glad you. Would you say this is, cerebral comedy? Is this slapstick? Is there a balance here we're working on?
Yeah. Well, again, it's really hard for me to define it.
Are we like Woody Allen kind of funny?
They're very smart characters.
Okay.
They say a lot of words.
Yeah.
They have very quick thinking. I know in rehearsal, Brendan once said it was Aaron Sorkin-ish dialogue. So the characters,
the man who invented the Ocean's 11,
a lot of words. So it's not slapstick, but there is physical comedy.
Okay.
I don't know. It's its own thing. Again, marketing people are the people who know what to call it.
So what's the challenge to the actors here then? When
challenge?
you hand it off to them, because comedy, a lot of people could like condescend with it. It's just comedy, we're just going to make them up.
Yeah.
When you hand it off to them, what's their challenge to you?
Yeah. Well, hopefully this is a joy for them. I hope it is.
Yeah.
But these are characters that aren't meant to be made fun of. Like, we're supposed to laugh at them.
Are they
Absolutely.
caricatures?
They're not caricatures.
Good for you.
Right. So my goal is, and I think these actors are doing it beautifully, my goal is for these to be deeply felt, real characters with an inner emotional life, with motivations that we as an audience can understand, even if it's ridiculous. But there are also in these crazy situations, and making these.
She's trying so hard not to.
Very. So I've heard. I'm going to say this wrong, but somebody said something like, comedy comes from characters making outrageous choices that make entire sense to them.
Yeah.
So we got a lot of characters making very bad choices, but hopefully for the actors and for the audience, there's an internal logic to it. We know why they did that. They're not being
absurd.
Stupid.
Yeah, it's not an ending that's like,
no, they're following a kind of logic that gets them in horrible places.
The resolution.
Yes.
You said it took you a while to come up with that ending. Are you satisfied with it now, or are you still in the business of tweaking it?
I'm always a tweaker.
You are?
Always tweaking.
So let me ask you, before you answer that. So then if you were to hand this out and it's published, would you follow it around and see if it's being done according to the master plan?
No.
Miss Thompson does.
I mean, if theaters would fly me out, absolutely I would. But no, at that point you pass it off.
I know. Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah. I mean, I must say that we're at a place with the script, and thankfully, because it opens Wednesday.
Yeah. Good point.
But we're at a place with the script where I feel like all but one moment is working, and that one moment is on my checklist for today to fix. But everything else, like the ending, we've really worked with over the last week, and it's much better than it was at the beginning of the week. So it's getting there.
Nice. The audience leaves. What do you want them? Is typical question, but what do you want them to leave it? How do you want them to feel about? Oh God, that was so. I was so glad it ended this way. It just broke me up. I whole night. What do you think? Did you want to say it was cute?
I want them to feel less alone at the end of it.
It's an interesting.
So. A lot of us are anxious. I don't think I'm the only one. I know I'm not the only one, but it can feel like you're the only one. And so to sit in a room with other people and go through our main character to, what's that called when you go through it with them? To empathetically go through it.
Yeah.
To see somebody get put through the ringer and to survive, come out the other end, but to experience that with other people in a real space and to be like, okay, I'm not alone. Yeah. And hopefully people will laugh. When this has gotten readings, people laughed a lot. And that act of sitting next to somebody and laughing together, that whole laughter is the best medicine. There's actually truth to that.
Boy, you need it.
Yeah.
Days.
And so my hope is that folks come out exhausted from laughing, hopefully, but also just the sense of I'm not alone and a little hopeful, happy. Yeah. I don't know. I hope they like it.
What's the runtime on it?
I don't know. Somebody asked me the other day, and we did a run through for the company yesterday, and I was intending to time it, and I forgot.
You can hire people who can do that,
Yeah. I know somebody here knows the runtime. I know that there will be an intermission.
Okay.
So if you need to use the bathroom, you're not forced to sit there beyond comfort for that.
Was it written with the intermission?
Absolutely.
It did? Okay.
Absolutely.
So it's like a cliffhanger kind of intermission-ish thing?
Exactly. And then, it's interesting. In writing plays, I get a special joy of using the intermission as a structural element. because it gives time to let us marinate on some of the stuff that's happened.
Mm-hmm.
It gives us time to process things, to come back for with expectations.
Yep.
And then I can either fulfill or subvert those expectations. But also, I really hope folks who come out, I really hope I've given them enough of a cliffhanger that they are committed to staying. And I think folks will.
Yeah, I'm with you there. So, how much time we have? A couple of minutes left. Tell us a little bit about, I went out to your website. You teach.
I do.
Writing.
Mm-hmm.
You will offer help for people.
Right.
Sort of mentor kind of thing.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about those.
Sure, yeah.
How you fit those into your daily life. Are you busy with them? You find is this a different day than maybe when you started it?
Yeah. I mean, at the moment, I feel like I'm cobbling together a whole bunch of part-time things. So my teaching is very much part-time. It's at a community college.
Okay.
And I'm really excited by the work my students are doing. Just the other day, somebody's like, what are you reading that you're excited about? I'm like, it's my students' work. They're fabulous. I love it. And I love teaching at a community college, which I didn't know that I would going into it. Like, I think I had in mind, like, oh, it needs to be a 4-year or something. Like, I am all about community colleges. They are fabulous.
Look at you.
So that's part-time. I have a relatively young son, rapidly growing up. So that takes up a lot of time. And then writing takes up a lot of time. And so I just cobble things together at the moment.
Are you a writer who loves to write? Or are you a writer who wants to write but has to, like, force yourself? I got to set aside 1 hour a day. Mandatory. Whether I want to write or not. Or do you like, I got it and I'm just going to go?
Yeah, I used to think that I had to write like every day to be a writer because there's all those books that say you need to write every day to be a writer. But it's not the way my brain works. And if I try to say I got to write every day to be a writer, I just end up feeling guilty all the time.
Yeah.
Because I don't follow through on it. And that is great for people.
Oh my God.
If it works for people, and it does work for people, like do it. Absolutely. I wish I was that person, but I'm not.
Yeah.
And so I do write in fits and starts, and I will, be going with something like hyper fixated on it. And I'll be like, to my husband, I'll be like, hey, I'm in it. Can I just drop everything else and just go forward with this? And I'll like, nobody sees me for a bunch of time, and then I'll have some time when I'm not working on it.
So where does this one sit in that, like, I had an idea. Here's the idea. I finished it here. Some of them will take forever.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because it marinates, or it sits in your brain. And even then, as you're pulling it apart, you add in things.
Yeah.
So some of them will take people a lifetime. That's my, opus. Where does this sit on the spectrum? How many of you actually written other ones?
What's that?
How many other plays have you written?
Oh, a whole ton of short plays and several other full lengths.
Oh, and you gave monologues. You gave away free monologues too, right? Didn't you? Yeah, that's wonderful of you, by the way. I want to say that. So if in all of those you've written, was this a labor of love, or was this like, I got to get through this freaking that?
Oh, it's been both. Like, sort of, it's been a joy to write, and there's also been times when I want to pull my hair out. The thing that helped me more than anything was I got to start this and work on this early on with a writers group at the Denver Center for the Performing Arts, and having that sort of accountability where people are expecting me to bring in pages was hugely, hugely helpful in getting it done.
Oh, that's interesting.
But then the other thing about, like, it can take a lifetime to write something. Well, I was looking back at like photos the other day and found photos of a one act that I had up when I was in college. And I'm like, oh my goodness, that was a one act at a gas station where people were planning nefarious things. This is at a gas station where people are planning nefarious things. Interesting. And I have a play in between that is at a gas station. So, it's definitely been in my brain for a long time, but also was able to be written, the first draft, at least over the course of a year, largely due to that writers group.
Is this the first play you've ever been able to sit in and offer, like sit with the
No, I have had the joy of doing that.
You have?
Yeah.
The joy, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. No, I love it.
You do?
Yes, that collaboration is just,
The
is
construction,
everything.
everything. Yeah.
Everything. The ability to give it to an audience and have the audience be part of it. That is really, for me, when the play that's when the play happens.
Opening night then for you is crucial.
Oh yeah. Like that's a play isn't a play. Like a novel can be a novel on its own. A play cannot be a play without a director, without actors, without technicians, and most importantly, without an audience. A play, if a tree falls in the woods, does anybody hear, right?
Like yelling into the wind.
A play isn't a play unless there's an audience. So, the audience is part of the collaborators, but then also the team. That's the joy.
Are you comfortable with feedback?
Yeah.
Some of them, some can get a little testy, no,
Oh, you have to give it to me the right way. If somebody comes up and is like, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong, and here's how you could change it, I'm a little like, But if somebody's like, I was wondering I keep finding myself asking this question about this part. How do you feel about that? Then I can be like, oh, yeah, I see where you're coming from. Okay, I can take that.
Yeah.
So again, more collaborative feedback that isn't prescriptive can be really valuable, and I really enjoy that.
So you love that whole everybody involved kind of, here's my idea, here's what I'm thinking, as opposed to someone's like, no, I wrote it this way.
Yes.
It has to be said that way because.
Yes. I do want actors are so good at finding stuff in the text and making it work.
Yes.
And I do ask of my actors to treat the play as if it were finished, to bring all those acting skills to it and try to make it work as is. Mm-hmm. And then when I see that and I'm like, oh yeah, they are trying their very best and they're a really good actor and they are not making this work. Yeah. Then I'm like, okay, that's a script thing. Okay. That's something I need to fix. Yeah. But if an actor comes in and says like, this isn't really working for me, I want you to do this and this and this. Yeah. That's harder because I'm like, your superpower is the acting, is the interpretation. Yeah. Do that. I will then change it based on what I'm seeing, based on what that is. It works. Right. Yeah, and then the director is a crucial role to say like, to be like, I'm interpreting this, I'm interpreting it with the actors and, hey, Colette, this part right here, I'm having a hard time with. What were you thinking there? And I'm like, oh, I guess I wasn't thinking there. Let me fix that. Or actually, here's the logic behind it. Yeah. Because I have spent, a relatively large portion of my life on this play. So I'm like, every word is considered. And
how's Brendan been?
Oh, Brendan is inspiring to work with.
I set that up.
Yeah, no, he's the artistic director here. He's the one who brought the play to this theater. Yeah. But I got the chance to work with him 2 other times before. Oh. So this play got the opportunity to have a development process down at Gulcher Playhouse in Naples, Florida. Okay. Where they paired me with professional professional director, Brendan. Yeah. And we got a chance to work on it and then have a public reading. Oh. And that was where I was like, okay, this is somebody I hope I get to work with forever. Yeah. Because it was, again, just like such a collaborative process. And he brings such intelligence and energy and empathy to the room. He is able, he's kind, he's like inspiring. I come back to like, he gets everyone excited to be working on the piece. Yeah. And just also just like really smart with it. And then he passed the play off to, a friend. Oh, tell me I don't forget the name of this theater. Westport Country Playhouse in Connecticut. All right. And they did a reading of it there, and Brendan directed that as well. And that was just such a joy to be there. Really lovely theater and such a generous audience there. Yeah. And both those times, I'm happy to say audiences just loved it and laughed. And I think that audience response made Brendan say like, I wonder if my folks would also have fun with this play.
One of the great things, I know we're running out of time here. Oh, no, it's only 20 minutes. I was looking at seconds, I think, right?
Oh, okay. We're good.
Is something like this becomes a gift, right?
Yes, absolutely.
I know we say that about acting theater, every play's a gift, but this, Okay, we can't call it a work. This premiere, though.
Yeah, I can't call it a premiere.
Right. Oh, yeah.
This first production.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. The audience will come. They've never seen it, never heard of it. They don't know any about it.
Right.
And to them, it's brand new, right? It is a gift in that it unfolds right before their very eyes.
Yes.
This beautiful crap. It's like a woodworking thing, where you're putting all the pieces together, and by the time you're done, it's a beautiful village and all that.
Yeah.
But it's such a gift. Do you find it? Do you believe that to be a?
Yeah, I mean that is my desire when I'm writing, is to be like, here you go, world. This is what I can give you. You know, I wrapped it all up here. But then everybody involved, it's just like theater. Theater is a lot of work.
Nope.
A lot of work. And, it doesn't pay that well.
Secret.
Yeah. So it's a lot of people coming together because it's a joyful process for us, but also because it is a gift to give to an audience. And the audience gives us a gift too.
It's going to be wonderful. So you have some great things coming up, right? Like the audience will sit later at some point that you have the audience go, how do you do that? Don't you have those nights here?
Yeah, I don't have the schedule in front of me. I know the theater has planned different events where there's like talkbacks and various things where you get to engage with the play after you know all the spoilers.
Yeah. Well, it'd be really great then, right, to sit with the audience and have for the first audience, right? Well, kind of ish here anyway, to see it and get some feedback and hear them go, oh, I roared at that. That thing was hilarious. Or, that part.
And every audience is different. Like one audience will find one thing funny and the other one will be like, eh. And then another part of it funny, and you never quite know.
So where does this take you in your walk? Does this make you eager to do more? Or are you like, you know what?
Oh, yeah.
Done. This is so, I don't want to go past this,
Yeah. I mean, since I've been writing, before I could write.
Yeah.
It's just in me to do. Like I'm going to be writing. I'm already working on other things. I've always got multiple things going. So yes. And as far as this piece itself, I mean, I would absolutely love it if it has a life beyond this theater. Yeah. We'll see. It may not. It may.
You already put it out there? I mean, is it out? You published it, right? Is it?
It's not published. No. Not? Okay, in theater, it's weird. Like production comes before publication. So no, it's not published, but if anybody wants to do it, just reach out. I will happily send the script along.
Good segue. Why don't you give us your website?
Sure. It's ColetteMazunik.com. Just that's 1 L, 2 T's.
I spelled that so long so many times when I was first writing emails to Christy. I'm like, wait, I think that's right. So what tip would you give to new writers? You've got a lot under your belt now. How many do you think you've actually written? Have you kept count?
I don't have a count. I'm sorry.
No, it's all right.
A lot of short plays, not as many long ones.
Yeah. And, what would you tell a younger author who has that same kind of, I just got to get this out. I got to get it on my soul. It's got to be on paper.
Well, I mean, I have the joy to work with young writers a lot at the community college, or not necessarily young, just like sort of new to writing. And what I want is to say, find a safe space where you can fail. So find a group of people around you where they're not going to be trying to find what's wrong with the piece, where they're going to celebrate what's good. But then that's the other thing, is let yourself fail. Write it bad. That's okay. That inner editor, welcome it. Say, you have a seat at the table, but you're going to have a bigger seat at the table when I'm revising.
Nice.
Right now, it's okay to be bad. Like, it's easier said than done maybe, but write it bad. Write it bad. Don't worry about it.
I'm the skin for it. I can't take the controversy of it. Someone saying that is not going to work. I just, it's your baby, right?
Just like find those people who aren't going to say that. Yes. Find those people who are going to know that it's okay for something to be really rough,
Yeah.
They call things a rough draft for a reason. And those people around you that are going to celebrate what's working are the people you want to be around. Not so much the people who are like, I don't know.
Definitely. You know, I agree with you. And it's tough to have someone who's that honest. That your friend.
Yeah.
But, you know.
I mean, honest feedback is great.
Yeah.
But when it's in the category of we're for the piece, we're going for the piece, not like, let me point out everything wrong and show how smart I am because I can, point out everything that's wrong.
Yeah, no kidding. Do you think as you're honing this now, universal, it'll fit in any theater, any playhouse? There's nothing special about.
I mean, I try to write all my plays to be very, very stageable.
Oh, good.
So it's, it does have a lot of different settings, but all of them are minimally realized,
Yep.
you know?
Are there levels to it? Like 7th floor?
No.
Underground?
It's like, if you have a couch, a few chairs, the ability to have like a cash register. Now, the scenic folks here have done more than that.
Okay.
And the set it's being put up as we speak. I'm excited to see it, but it's going to be really beautiful, I think. But very, very intentionally, it is doable for theaters of any size.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, like literally you need a cash register, something to make something look like a gas station. And I think everything else is just like tables, chairs, couch. I think that's true.
A lot of my audience is community theater.
Sure, yeah.
Do you think it should work well in a community theater?
Yeah. One of my dream is for this to have a life beyond here, although I'm thrilled with it having a life here. But I think this would be an ideal piece to be in community theater, partially because it's fun. It's funny. You know, serious plays are important. They need to be out there. Yeah. But funny plays also need to be out there. Mm-hmm. And this is one of those. And I think audiences go away feeling happy.
Oh, that's good. Okay. You know, not that professional audiences are not friendly, but I mean, you know, when you community theater audience is going to be like, oh, I'm going to go see Joe. Yeah. He'll be all right, you know, but then they're going to go, I saw myself in that. That was tremendous.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I love community colleges. Yeah. I love community theaters. Mm-hmm. That's like so much of life is, again, to be able to get together with the community and put up a show. Right. Even if you're not
That's all Mickey Rooney, Judy Garland thing, right? Yeah.
The professionals here, like I said, are a joy to work with. They're phenomenal. But it's also a joy to work with the person who doesn't have a lot of shows under their belt, but is going to bring their love to it, you know?
How have the reactions been? You said you had the
company
in here, yeah.
Well, it's interesting because they already knew a lot of the reveals, but they still got a lot of laughs. Yeah. They're still really generous. It's been interesting to me how different age groups tend to respond to the play differently.
Demographics as well.
Yeah. So I have found that 20-somethings have often come up to me afterwards, after these readings, and been like, you have written my life.
What?
Which I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm right there with you with the anxiety.
Whoa, man.
But, you know, you hear about like an anxious generation. Like,
yes,
there's a lot of anxiety out there, particularly among like 20-somethings. Yeah. And this can be, especially for that group, can be a place where I'm not alone. Other people feel this way too. So other people tend to...
therapeutic here as well. Is that what's happening?
Yeah. But I've been just surprised at how many younger folks have
very interesting.
Have found in this heightened world a sense of like connection with this.
Does it give you hope?
Character. I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so. It gives me hope.
Yeah.
Working through it and with my own anxiety, like coming to the end and being like, there can be a way through. Like everything bad can happen and there still can be people you find community with. Again, back to community, like people you can get through it with and come out on top.
The characters in it, are there any who are like, how do I put this? So obviously there are some who things are happening to over and over. Mm-hmm.
And there are some who make things happen.
The attitudes of the two, is the person who it's happening to or the couple or whoever, is it hammering them or are they like, okay, we get this one at a time. What's happening? What's going on in our life? Or is it just constant, like boom, ba boom, ba boom, ba boom? and then there's resolution.
It goes pretty fast.
It does.
Yeah. It's, I think it starts on a Monday, and the majority of the play happens Monday to Wednesday.
Okay.
Our main character does not get a chance to go home for the majority of the play.
Oh.
So it is very much one thing after another, not time to catch breath, which is part of why people end up making some bad decisions. Everything goes really fast. No time to contemplate.
Yeah. So where does this go from here? Does it have another life? I mean, obviously we have talked about you wanting to maybe publish it. Yeah. Does it have a sequel? Do you see something in it that's like,
I see what you're saying.
Oh, these characters could come back or have a different kind of a life.
Yeah. I started mapping out a play with another one of these characters as the main character. So, like,
kind of
okay, this is Eddie's story. Maybe the next one is Leah's story. I think that can have traction. However, I haven't found my personal connection to it yet. And I don't jump into a piece until I find that sort of personal connection. So we'll see. If I find that at some point, I think their character's worth revisiting, but I'm not there yet with this piece.
Is it important to you that your characters grow? Is there an arc here for characters?
Oh, yeah.
There are. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's important. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, in the sense of like theater being a place to confront our demons, like part of it is also like to see some people often say like theater is about conflict. I like to think of theater about like trying to resolve conflict. And sometimes you can, and sometimes you can't. Sometimes it's a comedy, sometimes it's a tragedy. But that effort to resolve the conflict, I think, is what theater is often about.
Could this go a different way if you were looking at it now and rewriting, or not rewriting, I'm sorry, but you were looking at, could it take a dark turn?
Absolutely.
Could you have written this and like,
absolutely,
okay, someone's going to die here? I mean, that's
absolutely.
Yeah.
There has been another iteration of the ending that was not as hopeful as this iteration.
Yeah. Wow. Do you think it would do as well? I think
this is a better ending.
It is.
And Brendan is the person who helped me find that way back when it was in Florida.
Oh, nice.
And he gave the feedback so expertly, where he was like, "I've been thinking about this. Yeah. I wonder if." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, you're right. That is stronger. That's better. That's better."
Yeah. One more time, give your website again. I want people to be able to go on and see what I saw.
Sure.
Website.
ColetteMazunik.com.
The monologues that you have out there?
One of them is from this play, so don't go to the website till after you see the play, or you'll find out way too much.
All right.
But yeah, there's a monologue there that's really good for like a teenager, probably in early 20s could do it.
Okay.
There's a monologue from this play who is good for sort of any adult actor, I think, and I actually adapted it so it would work for a female actor as well as a male actor.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you have trouble? Do you ever have trouble climbing in the head of certain characters? Are there some that you can't just? It takes you a while to like. I don't live in that world. I've never been that way. How do I get this out and put it on paper?
I think that's part of the joy for me, actually, is like I put a little of myself in every character, which is kind of scary to say when you got some bad people out there.
So if I look at all these together, it'd be you?
Yeah. But you don't know which parts, right? And I'm never going to tell you which parts are real and which parts aren't. But no, all of them come from the place of